Well, here we are again, surprising us both. We're at the operational headquarters of the Rafter G in southern Oklahoma, joined by our Carolina Coast host, aka Bubba, my Bubba. But we're back online today. We've got so many topics we don't know what we're going to talk about. So you can join us in that because I think Bubba's going to start us out. Yeah, he's already
Well,
laughing. So.
hey, we're working on some names. We've run into a little bit of a dilemma with the gray matters. We might just have to go far too gray, and you know what? You never know how far we might go. So, hey, Bubba, welcome to Veterans Day. God bless you. Thank you for your service and all
Well,
the other service people out there.
thank you. I thought I'd wear my 101st Airborne hat. Proudly served with them for a
Screaming Eagles.
few years back in the day, early 70s.
I
But
remember. I
yeah,
remember
thank you.
when. I remember when when you had all those your badges and Screaming Eagles badges and all that stuff back in the home back a long time ago, back up in Main Street, Manassas,
Yep.
back up in what do you call the Good Republic or the what do we call Virginia, Bubba?
Well, I'm not sure if that's suitable for a podcast, but I just refer to it as the Old Dominion these days.
The Old Dominion. That's what you always said. There you go. The Old Dominion,
Uh,
and you'd gotten out of the military. You'd left a lot of stuff at the house, and you'd gone on to do your next transition in life to
I think
become a
that's when I
pilot.
went to Nashville, right? Started flying for one of the
Yeah, I do
commuters
believe
or something.
so. I do believe so. But I
Yeah.
remember all the old Screaming Eagles badges and stuff. Boy, I wish that we'd saved
Yeah.
all those because
I wish
it'd be
you
something
had
we could
too.
say. But anyway, Veterans
I've
Day.
got a few
Veterans Day.
hanging on the wall
Happy
over here,
Veterans
but anyway, well, right here in the middle of what are we at, day 42 or something of the government shutdown, but it looks like the Senate signed off on it. Now we're just waiting to see if House of Representatives,
Day. Yeah,
if that's not going to be a circus. So hopefully all that'll be done. We can get people back to work, getting paychecks,
I think
airlines
so. I
running
think
back
so.
on time.
Had some people
But
had some on the other side that maybe threw a little common sense out there, and yeah, I like that.
well, see, in about another 10 days, we'll start kicking off the Thanksgiving travel. And from what I've seen on the news reports, some of the airports are just chaos, ready to ride or something
Yeah,
because flights canceled, delayed 2 hours or
and
something,
I
two
think
and a
that
half hours to get through
I think
TSA. So,
I think instead of the 5 we needed, I think that's why we got what 8, and they went. We don't want to disturb Thanksgiving and what may go on from there. So yeah, I think it's good.
very
I
well
think it's a
could be. Of
great thing.
course,
Did
what,
you
what I'm
see?
afraid to.
Did you see? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I see the same thing happening. What they've extended this thing to January 1st or something. So I see this. We'll get through the holidays and it'll go back to some more positioning, I guess, or juggling or whatever the
Well,
hell.
our transportation secretary said, if it opens tomorrow, it's going to take a week to 10 days or more based on how much they've shut down and, you know, to get it reopened. So
Getting
I
planes
understand,
rescheduled. I mean
it takes a while.
that is a big Rubik's
Absolutely.
cube when you start scheduling airplanes and crews and maintenance and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
So, but
It's not just the traffic controllers. It goes all the way down
no,
to the, like you said,
no,
the whole crew, everybody, as you know, back in the day, I mean, you booked your, your flight plan for a month. The crews
oh
book
yeah,
their
we
flight
we
plan
better
for a month in
schedule
advance. So
the month,
yeah,
the month before. So,
yeah,
but yep,
absolutely.
now all I got to worry about is having enough firewood on the back porch. We actually had a fire in the fireplace the other night. Got down like 28, 29 degrees. It was kind of like, what the hell? I had to run down to the barn, turn the water off, and make sure nothing was going to freeze. But I'd forgotten how good
And Bubba,
Scotch tasted in front of the fireplace.
and you're in Oklahoma. We're in coastal Carolina, and we're at like 24 degrees at nights, and this is November. It's like this is. I have a bad feeling that we didn't get any hurricanes, thank God, that touched the coast this year.
Yeah.
But what's that going to say for the dip in the jet stream and all this? And I mean, I think it's going to be a cold winter.
Well,
We
there,
may
you
be all in
know,
store for a lot of nor'easters and cold, and there is no global warming. I think it's just all in transition of
national
you can't
National
tell
Weather Service
you can't
put out, kind of a
yeah you can't
above below average temperature precip and everything, and I think we're kind of below normal precip, but about average temperatures for this winter. It said so where we're at.
did you see where Farmer's Almanac was going out of this was I think
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if it was 2025 or 2025 26 is going to be their last thing. Wow,
Yeah,
that's sad.
need to
But they're
snatch up
pretty cool. They're pretty
whatever the probably 2026 Farmer's Almanac, because that'll be a collector's item in another. Well,
absolutely.
my kids will be able to use it as a collector's item. I don't think it'll gain that much at my age, but
We're wrong a
anyway,
few
I
times, but hey,
I still
I want
come
to, I
back
want to,
to
I
that.
want to ask you if
No,
you
you
still
were going
come
to ask
back
me
to.
what?
Well, I was going to ask you a
Just
question, but go ahead. You
okay.
still come back to.
How nice a fireplace feels when you're drinking scotch. But what was your question?
My
I was
question
just
was
as
okay. So I got a couple quick little funny things. So we like to talk about the news of the day and all that stuff. So here's one for you. So you have uh, 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 Jimmy Kimmel's wife, I believe. Did you see where they do their little podcast, but they have their other podcast or people all in with them? Kind of like what we would
yeah.
do, but it would be like six of them, on different screens. And she was all about how bad she hates Trump to the point that she's disavowed her family, and I'm like
Yep.
thinking, wow, how crazy is that? And maybe just eliminate the politics of it and love your family. But what did she say? I feel like they voted against me and Jimmy because I is she like a producer? Didn't she use that term?
She's
I
a
think
writer. She's
maybe
one of
I
the
don't know.
writers on the show, so
Yeah.
she's
Okay.
partly
Okay.
responsible for the bullshit he's saying. But
Okay.
I
And so she
digress.
she said like oh, they voted against my husband, so I just can't stand with him. And I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it because I'm like, well, just don't talk politics. We all have me, we all have different political opinions, but it's like love your family. Don't disavow them just because of your hatred for Trump. But here's what I
Yeah.
think is going to happen. I think Jimmy Kimmel, about the time Trump gets out of office in 3 more years, and there's he can't run, whatever. I think Jimmy's going to come out of the closet. I really do. I think he's going to be like, "Well, Trump wasn't that bad," You know what? I do. I think he's going to be like, "Well, I really didn't hate Trump that much because I really think he did some great things." But I think the only
Oh,
reason he's doing it now is because his wife is producing the show, and I don't know. That's just my kind of funny opinion, but
I got a little
you
experience
know,
with that. I've had a couple folks go over the edge TDS, and it's like, man, ain't neither one of us going to go have dinner or beer or anything else with either one of them. No matter who's in office.
I,
So
exactly. We've both had that experience with friends that we love and cherish, but our political differences, and they get mad about it. It's like, hey,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
we have found a way to go. Let's just not talk politics. We can talk everything
yeah.
else or whatever, that we can just have a good time about. I think that's the better way to go about it because we
Yeah,
will
kind of
never,
an agree to
never,
disagree.
oh,
I'm not going to charge through the barbed
I
wire and
agree.
fix bayonets for anybody that's in office.
No,
I really don't give a shit one way or the other. The truth be known, I hate seeing certain directions get pushed, and I still think New York bit off more than they can chew. But that's up. I don't live in New York. They got to figure that crap out on their own. So
well, didn't
I
didn't
like.
he win the election and then immediately go to where did he go? He didn't go
Oh,
to
he's.
Cuba. Where did he go?
Uh,
He went off to some island to hang out and have a party. And I'm like,
hell,
well,
maybe he went
there's
to
your
Epstein's
there's your
island. I
money.
don't know.
I don't know. He he went off and went on vacation right after he won all that. It's like, well,
Oh,
which brings up another great thing. So you have your no kings, all these protesters, right? Okay.
yeah.
but they're basing it on Trump. Wouldn't you think if they didn't want to know kings, they'd be about term limits? So let's go the other route. Pelosi getting ready to retire at what,
80.
$375 million net worth. All
Yeah.
these people. Wouldn't you say like no kings, no queens, and be forcing it on them? But they want to force it on Trump. Term limits, term limits, term
Yeah.
limits,
Term limits, balanced
term
budget, or
limits.
nothing's ever going to change. So that's my thought on it anyway, is that until we get term limits and a balanced budget amendment that, where they just can't decide that they're going to, feed the world or whatever on our tax dollars.
Yeah,
There's no fiscal
absolutely,
responsibility, and both sides are guilty of it. I'm just saying,
absolutely,
until we get term
absolutely.
limits and a balanced budget.
Till they get term limits. I heard that bought up the other day, but we'll see where it goes. But back to the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Okay, so the wife, the whatever, but Jimmy Kimmel. Hell, I give him kudos. The man makes what? I have no idea what he makes, but I'm sure he makes extravagant money per
Oh yeah,
episode for his show, right? Well,
he
shit,
makes a
pay
few
me
few
that
mil
money.
a year.
I
He's a
would get up there and tell all the goofy, bad shit that Trump does. Hell, I'd even bash you for that kind of money. I'll split it with you at the end, but I would tell you how stupid you are. You know what I mean? I mean, he's making all this money. Uh, speaking of which, making all the money, Robert De Niro. Did you see he went to see the Pope?
no, no, I didn't see that.
He he.
Did the
I
ceiling,
saw a thing
the
again.
roof cave in?
I saw the video. I saw all the video. I don't know. I didn't fact check this, so don't know anybody sue me for this. But Robert De Niro was, I don't know. To me, it kind of looked like he was on one of these old folks tours, like you do the tour of the Vatican, and it was all these people that went in there, and Robert De Niro just happened to be there and shook his hand and all this stuff. But don't you think old Pope, now that he's like, what's this Pope now that we have? He's
Leo or
like
something?
American, but yeah, Leo, but he's American,
I,
but he's something else, but he's not. Do you think he went, oh, Roberto, you need to calm down a little bit, man. I mean, yeah, because they show all these things and it's all these people going by shaking his hand, and Robert De Niro's over looking old as hell, kind of like us, old white men. He just looks old. But do you think he's like,
I,
calm down a little bit? Don't be so violent. I just had to laugh when I saw Robert De Niro with the Pope after everything, and how ugly, ugly, ugly he has been against Donald Trump. And
well,
again,
I'd be afraid the roof would cave
you
in
can
or
you can
lightning
dis
bolts
you
would come in or something.
yeah. I'm surprised the Pope didn't go. Doop, I'm out of here, man. I don't want to shake
Yeah,
your hand.
the dome would split. What the hell?
Oh man,
Yeah,
hey, have you played any golf lately?
no, sir. I kind
You
of
still
messed
working
up
on
my
that shoulder?
shoulder. Yeah, I've taken
Uh,
the club out and kind of done some practice swings, and
so
come to
so
find,
tell me again. I'm, I'm sorry. Tell me again. How did you hurt your shoulder?
well, I was mowing. I got this zero turn mower, and it's got the roll bar on it, and it caught this limb and broke the limb. It's, I think it's a post oak. It's pretty brittle anyway. The next day, I just went, well, I don't like that limb hanging down here, and I kind of pulled on it, and then I twisted it around a couple of times to about when it was just about ready to come off from where it had been broken. Come to find out, it wasn't quite ready to come off, but after I really bear down a little bit, it came off. And I went backwards with it about 20 feet, and trying not to fall down. Ended up, that nanosecond where it's like, I got nothing left there. I'm headed to the ground, And so I just so happened, my lovely wife she was looking out the window wondering, you know, where I was and what I was doing, and she saw that and she came running. I'm still laying out there in the grass burrs and the acorns and some post oak limbs and stuff. You're sticking me in. Are you okay? Are you okay? Let me help
Did
you
you
up. Don't
did, did you
don't
fall?
touch
Did you
me.
fall?
No, no, no. This
Or,
was
or
the next
did you
day.
fall off the zero turn the next day? But
No, no,
it did knock
no.
you
This
off
was
the
next.
zero
I went
turn.
out. No, no. I got armrests on that and a seatbelt kind of keep me in that thing. Now I have fallen off the tractor. That's because my foot got hung up in the step getting down, but I've done that a couple times, it seems. So, well, I think that's why
So
Calvin
anyway,
still got that Life Flight subscription for $65 a year or whatever. He says they just land right
did
out
did,
here by the barn. There's no wires or nothing. Pick your ass up and fly you to
did you have
Oklahoma
you
City.
have your at what's the age now, Bubba? I know I'm just a little bit older than you, but no, Kitty, I know you're a little younger than me. But what's your age?
Well,
Did you?
let's just say
Well,
I'm scaring the hell out of 73.
you didn't have the thing around your neck where you could put the life alert button
No, no, no,
to
no, no.
notify Callie you've fallen
I've got
off
a
to a zero
life
turn.
flight helicopter on call. That damn button, hell, I'm liable to catch that on the tree limb or the tractor gear shift or something when I fall. So no, man, I don't need anything hanging around my neck. I'd be out there.
Oh my god.
I tripped and got hung
Oh
up on my tractor. Come get me.
my god.
Or the
Can you
battery would
get
be
me?
dead. That'd be
Look,
my luck.
your life locks in the tree. You're on the ground. Tractor done gone over, run through the fence. Not let the cattle out.
Zip did that to me one time. I got out to check on the fence, left him in the gator. Next thing I know, the gator's running through the fence, and he's looking at me like I didn't touch nothing. He's a good dog, though. I
I
let
got.
him go on that
I didn't
fence.
touch
I
the
may
gas.
not have put the brake on, and it may have just rolled on its own. But I blamed it on him when we got back to the house. Anyway, so the funniest one.
Old Zip.
I don't know if you remember the old ranch. It was down by the west boundary. Was the highway, and fence needed some
Up
work, but
in Missouri.
yeah, but it needed a lot more after that car ran through it. And so I was down there and I'd sent the youngest boy back to the barn to get some material or something. And Grace, the German Shepherd, got in a gator with him and went back. Zip stayed with me, and he went, and I could look up on the hill and kind of see a silhouette of him getting in and out of the barn. And so he's on his, I see him kind of leaving the shop area. And I don't know. A couple minutes later, I hear a bunch of screaming and dogs barking and shit. And here comes Grace running back out all the way out to that front patio, and that's damn near half a mile or so, three-quarters of a mile to get back out where I was. Zipping our kind of, well, here comes Wyatt and the gator, well, he's done busted a tire and wheel on one side. He hit a big rock or something, and Grace threw Grace out, and I guess dang near rolled the gator over, and maybe even threw him out. And he's all flooded. He was, I don't know, 14, maybe at the time, 14, 15. But Grace would not get back in that gator with him after that, so he must have slung her out of that damn thing as well.
My
But when he
goodness.
came
Well, look,
across
we're getting
Finn, I
ready
asked
to
him.
hit.
I said, so what'd you do? What happened? Well, I think I hit a rock and it may have gotten into the fence. And he said, I'm not sure. We go back up towards the shop. It's down in that alleyway going down to the creek pasture on out to those front pastures. Get up there. Yeah, the rock's this dang big, he hit that rock, and I could look at where the ground was torn up and the skid marks and everything. Then he ran into this banana shaped T post, popped the barbed wire off of that. So it's a wonder he didn't hurt himself pretty bad. But and every time I'd look at him and say, "Well, did you do this too?" Well, yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know. That was his story most of the time. Probably, maybe, I don't know.
Man,
But
hey, it's probably all our
anyway,
stories. We just got to stick to it. Hey, well,
the
look, we're
joys
running
of
out of time
ranching.
here for the night.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to. Got anybody you want to do a shout out to here at the end of our episode?
Oh, just all the vets
Um,
out there. Thank you, guys. My brothers and sisters in arms
absolutely.
over the years. Well done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We just lost one here not here in North Carolina, but up in Virginia. God bless you, Mac. Rest in peace. Another veteran that went away from us way too young. So anyway, we're gonna probably take some suggestions from our friends, family, and listeners, and we're gonna maybe I think it would be a good idea, but we're gonna probably take some of those suggestions, and we're gonna bring in some questions or topics or things like that here coming up. So it's going to be interesting. I already have probably 8 topics. So I think what we could do is maybe let's go a couple days, couple weeks, whatever we might need to go. Edit this because I'm just rambling at this point, but we could probably do a topic Wednesday or a topic Thursday of things that people have. So
Okay.
other than everything else, love you, brother. Glad we get to talk, and we will be back on with the Far Too Gray probably tomorrow.
Okay. Well, there you go. Far too gray. Yeah. That whole gray matters thing
If we,
has
if,
not
if we,
worked out well.
I know Gray Matters. Just we love it. I think it's a great thing, but we run into some issues. But being Veterans
Technical
Day,
issues with YouTube and
maybe
spot
yeah,
flyer or whatever that's called.
Spotfly and even on Facebook and all the things that I
Yeah.
don't do social media, so I'm kind of the goober out here that doesn't do anything like that. Um, We'll get it figured out. All right, Bubba. I love you, man,
Okay.
and we will
Love you,
talk
man.
tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
See
And
ya.
that's it from the Operational Nerve Center. See ya, Coastal Carolina. Bye, bye.